Before we start the story, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share if you find this story helpful. Also, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's get started. How I gained confidence and fluency in English. Hi everyone. I'm David, and today I want to share my personal story of how I went from being afraid to speak English to feeling confident and fluent. If you're struggling with speaking English or building confidence, I hope my story will inspire you. The struggle with fear. When I first started learning English, I faced many challenges. I knew the grammar, I knew the vocabulary, but when it came time to speak, I would freeze. I was terrified of making mistakes and being judged by others. In my early days at university, I had to give a presentation. My heart raced as I stood in front of the class. I stumbled over my words and felt embarrassed. The fear of making mistakes was overwhelming, and I thought to myself, maybe I'm just not good at speaking English. Realizing the importance of speaking. One day, after another frustrating experience where I couldn't express myself clearly in a group discussion, I realized that speaking was the key to improving. I knew I couldn't just focus on reading or writing. If I wanted to speak English confidently, I needed to practice, even if I made mistakes. I remember hearing a quote from a successful public speaker: "You learn to swim by swimming, not by reading about swimming." That made me realize that I couldn't avoid speaking anymore if I wanted to become fluent. I had to take the leap and speak. Mistakes. Taking action, small steps towards fluency. I began incorporating speaking into my daily routine. The first step I took was talking to myself in English. This might sound strange, but it worked. I would describe what I was doing. For example, I am sitting at my desk, and I'm working on my English skills. This helped me get comfortable speaking without worrying about judgment. I also started watching movies in English with subtitles, repeating lines out loud to mimic the pronunciation and flow of natural speech. This was a great way to practice without feeling the pressure of a conversation partner. Joining a community. Next, I realized that I needed a community of like-minded people to practice with. I joined a language exchange group at my university, where students from different countries would meet once a week to practice English. At first, I was nervous, but the group was supportive. We encouraged each other to speak, and I started feeling more comfortable as I realized that everyone was learning, and no one was perfect. One day, I took part in a group discussion on a topic I was passionate about: the role of technology in education. I was nervous, but as I started speaking, I found my confidence growing. I knew the words, I just needed to trust myself to speak. Embracing mistakes, the key to growth. Over time, I made many mistakes, but each mistake was an opportunity to improve. I started viewing my mistakes as stepping stones rather than setbacks. I also learned to laugh at myself when I mispronounced words, which helped me relax during conversations. There was one instance where I misused the word eventually. I said, "I will do my homework eventually, tomorrow," and everyone laughed. At first, I was embarrassed, but then I realized they were laughing with me, not at me, and it was all part of the learning process. The result, fluency and confidence. Eventually, all the practice paid off. I began to speak more fluidly and confidently, even during important presentations. I started taking on leadership roles in group discussions, and my professors even complimented me on my improved speaking skills. One day, I had to give a presentation in front of a large class. I stood there confidently, used the vocabulary I had learned, and spoke naturally. At the end, my classmates gave me great feedback, and I realized just how far I'd come. Exploring new opportunities. As my confidence grew, I began to seek out new opportunities to use my English skills in different settings. I realized that fluency wasn't just about speaking correctly, it was about being able to communicate effectively in any situation. I volunteered to help international students who were new to the university. I became a mentor, guiding them through their initial days and helping them with their English. This not only improved my own skills but also gave me immense satisfaction as I helped others navigate the same challenges I had faced. Immersing in the culture. To truly master a language, I found it essential to immerse myself in the culture. This meant not just speaking the language but also understanding the context in which it was used. I started reading English literature, from classic novels to contemporary fiction. I attended English theater performances and listened to English podcasts. This immersion helped me understand idiomatic expressions and cultural references, making my conversations more natural and engaging. Professional development. With my newfound confidence, I decided to take my English skills to the professional level. I enrolled in a business English course to refine my communication skills for the workplace. During my internship, I had the chance to present a project proposal to senior management. Thanks to my preparation and practice, I delivered my presentation confidently and clearly, which impressed my supervisors and led to a successful project approval. Sharing my journey. Recognizing the impact of my journey, I wanted to give back and inspire others who were on a similar path. I started a blog and YouTube channel to share my experiences and tips on learning English. One of my most popular videos was about dealing with the fear of speaking English. I shared practical advice, such as practicing with a mirror, recording oneself, and joining online forums. The positive response from viewers who found my tips helpful was incredibly rewarding. The role of mentors. Throughout my journey, I had mentors who guided and encouraged me. They provided constructive feedback and motivated me to keep pushing my boundaries. One mentor, in particular, was my English professor who would always encourage me to participate in class. She would provide detailed feedback on my presentations, helping me to fine-tune my speaking skills. Her support was instrumental in my progress. The journey continues. Even though I had achieved fluency, I knew that learning a language is a continuous journey. There were always new words to learn, new accents to understand, and new contexts to practice. I made it a habit to set new goals every few months, such as learning specific vocabulary related to my field of study, or understanding different English accents. This kept me motivated and constantly improving. The power of consistency and patience. I want to leave you with one final thought. Building fluency and confidence in English doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent practice and a positive attitude, you will get there. Don't be afraid of mistakes. In fact, embrace them, because each one brings you closer to fluency. Fluency and confidence in English or any language is not a final destination but an ongoing journey. Every day presents new opportunities to learn and grow. Embrace the journey with an open heart and a curious mind, and remember that each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. Remember, confidence and fluency in English are achievable for everyone. Start today, and don't give up. Share your progress with me in the comments below, and let's support each other on this journey. Call to action. Now, I want to hear from you. Share your English speaking challenges and successes in the comments below. Remember, we're all in this together, so let's keep practicing and supporting each other.